Hi everybody, this is Tony D'Angelo from the Paragon Trust Company in New Haven, Connecticut, and I'd like to talk to you today about knowing your taxpayer rights. With all of the discussion and talk in Washington regarding the proposed new tax plan, there is one aspect that all taxpayers should be made aware of. You have taxpayer rights. These were put into place under the Clinton administration, and as of this writing are remaining in place for all tax-paying citizens of the United States. I'm going to go down the rights quickly. Number 1, the right to be informed. Number 2, the right to quality service. Number 3, the right to pay no more than the correct amount of tax. Number 4, the right to challenge the IRS's position and be heard. Number 5, the right to appeal an IRS decision in an independent forum. Number 6, the right to finality. Number 7, the right to privacy. Number 8, the right to confidentiality. Number 9, the right to retain representation. Number 10, the right to a fair and just tax system. I would also like to call attention to several of these rights. Right number 4, the right to challenge the IRS's position and be heard. When one is confronted with a proposed assessment, that is in fact a proposed assessment. That is not a demand for payment. You have the right to challenge that initial assessment, which is often known as a 30-day letter, but you need to challenge it within 30 days and you need to make your case known. You do have the right to challenge and the right to be heard. Number 5, should you not agree after that challenge, you have the right to appeal an IRS decision in an independent forum. Taxpayers are entitled to a fair and impartial administrative appeal of IRS decisions. There is an office inside of the IRS called the Appeals Office. You have the right to bring your case to that office and be heard. Be aware, however, that today most appeals are done over the telephone. So you have to be very careful as to how you put this appeal together and how you present it, because you're losing the ability to go face-to-face with an officer. You should be well prepared, and oftentimes it helps to have representation. We'll get to that later. Number 6, the right to finality. You have the right to know the maximum amount of time you have to challenge the position of the IRS and the maximum amount of time the IRS has to audit you or to make a case against you. Oftentimes, it's my experience that these things are not said to you and they are not told to you. So do make a point of asking and do make a point of saying this is your right as a taxpayer. Number 9, most importantly, you have the right to retain representation. There are 3 classes of shall we say, sanctioned representatives who can practice before the Internal Revenue Service: attorneys, certified public accountants, and enrolled agents. Be very careful to pick the type of representative that handles your particular tax matter. Just because someone has a law license or an accounting license or even an enrolled agent license that does not deal with your particular issue does not guarantee that you will be fully and fairly represented. I cannot emphasize that enough. And number 10, you do have the right to a fair and just tax system. There is a little bit of an aside or a trick to the trade. There is something in the, shall we say, in the myriad of IRS documents of authority that isn't authority at all. It's called an IRS letter ruling. One thing that many advisors will not tell you is that it cannot be relied upon by another taxpayer. It was written solely for the taxpayer that made the ruling. However, such documents are informative, and you can always bring up the fact that if one taxpayer was treated a certain way by holding a letter ruling, you should be treated in a similar fashion, because the disparate treating of taxpayers is blatantly illegal. No 2 people shall be treated differently. Well, there's a lot more to that subject, and I hope you found that helpful. My name is Tony D'Angelo, and I am the principal officer and member of the Paragon Trust Company in New Haven, Connecticut. And you can reach me at area code 203 203-777-7334. That's 203-777-7334 or at fortresstrust@aol.com. Have a great day and have it right here on Gatewave Radio.